hello, and Moshi, America, and the world. My name is Host Eric. I'm the host of Talking with Famous People, the internet television program that's always informative, educational, entertaining, and delightful. And today I come to you with many words of wisdom, many truths incarnate, many ways of being, many ways of seeing, many ways of living a life full of virtue and dignity. Yes, I am he who shall tell you many important things that you need to know. So important, you had no idea all the important things you needed to hear that I'm going to tell you. I mean, there's the first thing, the second thing, there's that other thing. Don't forget about that one. These are all important. You lost 50 pounds. Is that good or bad? Are you starving or are you happy about that? Yeah, I'm feeling a little ricey, I guess you could say. I'm feeling like ricing my asparagus. If you want to really live for the first time ever in your life, try ricing some asparagus. You feel better for losing 50 pounds. Okay. So you're not dangerously underweight. Don't worry, I lit it on fire so it won't smell. Well, no, if I lost 50 pounds, I'd be in big trouble. She's used to the various goings on around here. She's an SI dom when she's accustomed to something. It doesn't surprise her. She's perfectly content. Like she's been smoked around since she was a little kitten, so she's used to that. Remember, this cat was born in bed next to me. The topic, while I was starting to explain about, what talking with famous people is, and I was saying how I'm going to tell you all these important things, and that, you're just going to be like, wow, these things are all so important. How did I live without these things before? Congratulations on your weight loss, if you're happy about it. No, it's not about your mom's face. That it could be someday, maybe, but you'd have to do more than just repeat Michelle's mistake. You know what I say to that once a month? Boo sensing. What I don't understand is this. How is it that a kitty named Blade could have 50 likes as a short, 500 some views, and not stay on the shorts feed? Because it has almost 10% likes, 100% likes, and it only had a short run on the short speed as far as I can tell. Sometimes I go back onto it later, so I could be wrong about that. But that's ultimately the power of kitty cats, right? Everybody loves a lovely kitty cat lying in the shade. And a little song sung to her. You're a kitty made of wonderful, and your name is Blade. Your name's not Blade. That's silly. So what's my sleep week schedule for today? Well, I'm not really exactly going to be on sleepy week today, because I kind of trickled down at the end there of that bottle. Oh, he's back yet. He came home a day early, unfortunately. But fortunately, we hadn't really made any mess anywhere, so it wasn't really anything to clean up. But he knows when he comes home a day early, yeah, I know. I'm confused by that too. It was kind of an anti-polar moment. What I think she may have meant is, what are we talking about here in the chat? I'm 10 minutes behind in the video being irrelevant to that, but nevertheless. So anyway, I'm going to have to poo relatively soon, I think. I was kind of waiting to poo before I even started this stream. I'm watching this show called Kingdom on Crunchyroll. And it's really quite engrossing. And additionally, there are a lot of episodes to it. So it's been the first time in a while that I've really gotten into a new anime and that had a lot of episodes that I could go deep with, No, we weren't talking about you, Winston's mom. We're talking about that last stream. The reason it was called Michelle's Mom's Face, that last stream, was because prior to the start of that stream, we had a premiere in which Michelle strangely came in and said, "I'm 10 minutes behind. What's the topic? Catch me up," or something like that, What's the topic? And I said, "Your mom's face," because it's just, ask a silly question, get a silly answer, right? And then she didn't quite get why I had answered it with your mom's face. And then there was this ridiculous conversation where she was like, "What? My what's what? My who's what? Who's mom's face?" It's like, okay, how is this so complicated? How is this so complicated? Did I watch the new part of Attack on Titan? Did they come out with another bit or something? Oh, you like the dub of that? Do you watch the dub of it, Nicholas? Or the subtitles? I watched that. I know that show. I like it too. It's good. It's, as I said to Rachel, my favorite part of that was, but it's over now, right, Rain? Yes, I watched it up until it ended recently. Good morning, Miss Manage. Nicholas, what I would say about Strongest Mage Weakest Crest is what I told Rachel about it, which is, it's the most childish show that I like a lot. It's like, I don't like super childish cartoons, like super childish animes, and by childish I mean like just maximally like OP and and where all the relationships are very, cartoonish. Like all the girls in that show are all like, "Oh, strongest mage of the weakest crest," whatever his name is, I forget. Uh, but I watched all the way through that until the end of it. And I guess I probably have another season come out, I would guess. Or is it still going on? I don't remember if it was winter or spring. I might be currently watching that. I've got a few that I'm currently watching that are pretty good. Boy, that Tamachi game, though, or whatever it's called, Tamaichi game, that took a fucking dark turn in this last episode. Reincarnated as a Slime is fantastic. That's one of my favorite ever. Reincarnated as a Slime is unbelievably good. And so is that Spider one. So I'm a Spider, so what? That's a really great cartoon, too. Well, I don't check. I don't check shit before I start because I don't want to know. That way I don't have to be influenced by the knowledge. I don't want to step on his streaming toes, but I don't want him to step on mine either, so I'm just going to do what I want, Overlord's really good, too. Yeah. I enjoyed Overlord a lot. Overlord's not one you hear people mention very often. That's fairly a deep catalog, Well, I mean, I guess that's to compete against CJ on his merits. Whichever one you find more entertaining, I guess, go to. Yeah, I'm really kind of obsessed right now with Kiaokai. Kiaokai from Kingdom. Because I like the name Kiaokai. And, yeah, I know, you weren't asking for advice, huh? You weren't asking for, programming advice. Well, I made some FE mistakes occasionally, Sunshine. I'm not an INFJ, okay? I'm an FE sloppy ANTP. Yeah, Restaurant to Another World, or yeah, something like that. Restaurant on the border between this and another world, or something like that. I know that show. I watched about a season of it, and I got tired of it. It's kind of cool. Cool, yeah. Well, he may be where I am now, or just before where I am, when you exhaust all the catalog of good anime that's easy to find. Hi, Alec T. Hello to you as well. Good morning, and may I wish you a very merry kitty meow. So, I kind of feel like Steve Martin said that one time in one of his comedy shows. He stepped up to the mic and kind of jiggled around for a bit and said, "Just waiting for the drugs to take effect." Well, it's like, I loved Fire Force. Fire Force was one of my favorite ones, but it only had 2 seasons. I don't know if it's going to come back for a third or not. It's kind of up in the air. So yeah, I'm not going to be super sleepy weeking today because I've been getting a lot of sleep, and then yesterday I hit up Delilah for some, yeah, and then I didn't take it until this morning, so. I got a good night's sleep last night. I got a lot of sleep the night before that and the night before that, so I'm pretty rested. Like when hold on a second. Oh my god. That was so disgusting. Man, those XRs just taste like you got a chemical factory in your mouth. Look, the Sleepy Week means to spend time in a Sleepy Week fashion. It doesn't require it to last an entire week. I've actually kind of been on a Sleepy Week for the last few days, really. Extended release. But if you don't want them to be extended release, you gotta let them melt in your mouth. They come out of the capsules, like have these little balls inside of them. I guess some quality of the little balls plus the capsule makes it extend a release or something, but well, at that point you might as well call it a day, right? And nobody who knows anything about anything calls a day a day. Alright. So to avoid puking, and also to be very provocative, I will now eat this banana. Wasn't that provocative? Did you like that? I just ate a banana for you in a provocative fashion. Let me do it again. Pretty provocative, huh? I'd say that's suggestive of something. I don't know what, maybe eating a hot dog or something? Suggestive banana eating. It'd be funny if YouTube had a community standard of no suggestive banana eating. You may only eat bananas on YouTube in a non-suggestive fashion. Same goes for popsicles and other such tubular objects. That's kind of like an OnlyFans style live stream moment there. Well, it's like the one time I tried to title my stream something like "man nipples" or something. I was shirtless. It got just nixed by YouTube immediately. Even though I never knew that man nipples were not allowed, but I guess they're not. No, mismanaged. That's not how you do that. Trust me. I know from being the banana. You don't want to tear it to pieces. No. That's not a good idea. You gotta avoid getting your teeth on it. I've been the banana. It's a good bumper sticker or something, Suggestivebanana.com. And, people could get either one or two bumper stickers. I eat bananas or I am a banana. But really, my euphemism that I like best for sexual intercourse is inside-outside kitty. Because sexual intercourse is just like my cat when she doesn't know what she wants to do. Or she wants to go inside, then she wants to go outside, then she wants to come inside, then she wants to go outside. And when she's doing that, I say to her, stop being like my penis during sexual intercourse. Make up your mind already. That's the thing about sex, is it's the very, I'll be your banana. Yeah. I'm your banana to go in your mouth so you can be suggestive. Oh. Obscure emotions. Sonder is that feeling when you realize that everyone you see, everyone who passes you by, has their own complex life. So how do you use it? And gazing upon the crowd, I sondered. Or I felt sonder. Is it a noun? Xenocine is when you feel that time keeps going by faster and faster. Yeah. It seems to steady down after a while. Like that used to be true, but I don't feel like time's particularly moving fast these days. It's just like you have an increasing amount of years behind you. So it's like it's that the comparison between current time and time that's already passed becomes ever greater and differential, Lacheism. Lachiism. Lachicism is the desire to be struck by disaster. I don't have the desire to be struck by disaster, but I do have a weird, like, a desire to see, like, big weather events become natural disasters. It's like I kind of like natural disasters in a weird way, but I don't want them to happen to me. Like, I don't want to be. I want to be the one who's just fine after the natural disaster, with everything just fine. But it's kind of like when there was like earthquakes when I was a kid. It was exciting. Like, everybody was all, what's going on? If it was big enough, you know. I used to hope every time I went to the train station, someone would try to take my purse so that I could chase and tackle them. I'm sure it went better in my head than it would in real life. Probably. Juice gut is when you play a conversation over and over in your head. It never happened. It's a hypothetical conversation, like asking your boss for a raise, and you just keep playing it out. Have you ever watched lightning feather the night sky? Yeah. I got a video of some of that. I don't know if I call it feather it. I got a video of some good lightning. I like watching lightning. Yeah. I too mismanaged. Got adrenaline that something out of the mundane was happening for a little bit, but it was I was mostly disturbed by it. The whole thing from the very outset, you know. Well, that's why Mismanaged carries around her nunchucks. Yeah, I agree with Mismanaged here. I don't think that's really an emotion. But whatever, it is an unusual word. I mean, I've never felt that emotion. I tell you what emotion I like to feel. I like to feel an emotion of not bad, you know, non-negative emotions. The absence of negative emotions. That's the emotion I like to feel most. But I mostly generally have some kind of lurking dread, concern, worry, or something that's always kind of there beneath the emotionless norm. The default state is trust, and what the amygdala does is learn vigilance and distrust. Huh. Well, what do you know? Mine doesn't seem to be particularly reactive. I mean, it's like when I object to something, our moral brains evolved to help us spread our genes. Evolutionary explanations are such garbage. That doesn't explain anything, right? You got a short video on whether shyness is an emotion. What's your conclusion? No, shyness is not. Well, it can be, but put it this way: yes, shyness is an emotion, but most people who are called shy probably aren't experiencing shyness. If I had to define a major depression in a single sentence, I would describe it as a genetic neurochemical disorder requiring a strong environmental trigger whose characteristic manifestation is an inability to appreciate sunsets. It's nice. It's a tad glib, but nice. As my English teacher wrote on my paper in high school, a tad glib. Because, when I had to write about Shakespeare, I'd refer to him as Bill throughout the entire paper. When Bill introduces us to... I did shit like that in high school. I mean, that's not a fascinating finding. It's not a fascinating finding. Social conservatives tend towards lower thresholds for disgust than liberals. That's not a fascinating finding. Like, it's another one of those things that happens when you have the wrong frame of reference, right? Almost all these things can be better described by an explication that involves a combination of environmental factors and intentional matters. It doesn't require any evolutionary explanation to justify it. Whenever we have a social scientist of some sort trying to reduce humans to their biology, even those things that are clearly not reducible to our biology, such as deontological norms, are not reducible to our biology. They're part of our transcendence, and Robert Sapolsky, no matter how many intriguing sounding sentences he writes, is not getting it right. He's getting it exactly wrong. Here's a fascinating finding. The ego will present info as best to suit the presenter. I'd say that's patently untrue. Having been a classroom teacher myself, and specifically crafted things to address student difficulties, I would say no, that's not the case. Like, it may initially begin with doing things that I'm most comfortable with, but like when I teach grammar, I teach it in a very TE friendly way. And it's not because I chose to teach grammar that way. It's because that's how I was taught to teach grammar, and I believe it after having considered it quite a bit and experienced it to be the best way to teach grammar. And it's not a following from my ego, I guess you'd say, maybe, or I don't know. But that's the problem with terms like that, like vague metaphors like ego, superego, id. They detract from our correct articulation of things. Now, you might say, well, Eric, don't you do that here? Don't you present information as is suitable to you? Well, yeah, but that's not really saying anything, right? It's like when you're free to do what you want and you're not really concerned about learning outcomes, will you do what you want and not be concerned about learning outcomes? Well, yeah. But that sort of removes from the equation the capacity to willfully teach, right? So, anywho, I'm not sure what I got going on today. Maybe I'll watch that. Probably not. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Probably just make me mad. Thinking about watching that club thing that he put up yesterday at some point. It's like, how much do I want to have my FI attacked? It is my polar after all. But, we'll see. Maybe I'll make more Mindy's Club stuff. I've been wanting to do that, but haven't really been feeling much energy lately. But it's like I miss my friends almost. Tiffany has to be one of my favorite people in the world. She's got such a positive attitude, you know. And she says things like, "You bet I do," and "You better believe it," and things like that, you know. It sure is a very good morning. This brand of almond milk is delicious. Maybe they will. I doubt it though, but maybe. I think they're gonna be busy doing their own thing, probably. They usually are. Sometimes Tiffany and Mindy will go with us places, and like to the fish store the other day. And please be a voice actor. Well, I am a voice actor for Mindy's Club. Oh my God, Minnie! You know my horse, Kevin? It's gonna be a father! What? I laid this egg last night. Anyhow, I was rather demoralized by the progress of Mindy's Club after I put up a couple of days worth of them that didn't seem to even get a chance on the shorts feed. But the most recent two of them, I guess I put up, have had at least a little bit of a chance on the shorts feed. It's fine if it doesn't do well enough to get further than a few hundred views. I get that. You know, some of them just won't, and it's hard to impress on the shorts feed. You know, it's like people cycle through a lot of shit. But no. Well, I mean, you know, the thing is, I put what do you call it? I persisted for like a month in my endeavor, like I had planned to, which is pretty cool. And then I persisted for a few days after by continuing to upload at that rate. Well, the thing is, I think I'm gonna try to push it down in terms of frequency even more, like maybe once every 6 hours, because I don't know. I don't know, like, if you look at the stats on shorts, nothing makes any sense. Like, or very little makes any sense. And that goes from why this one of all things is the most successful of them to why all these apparently got no chance at all on the shorts feed. Like, you know, it's it's so mysterious, the linkages, that I don't know what to think about it. So, it's like there's no good reason why the stats went the way they did, which is like that I can see. And then it's sort of like, yeah, a little bit. But I mean, I could go back to the way of doing it, 4 hour intervals. The thing is, I can end up making a lot of them pretty quick and pretty easily. But I guess I'm gonna try 6 hour intervals. I mean, it will go somewhere, which is to say, I'm not gonna quit making it because I'm so invested in it narratively at this point. It doesn't really matter what happens with the views. I'm married to the project, but I guess I've tossed aside any grander aspirations with it, or hope that it might be more successful. But I mean, I still have the lingering thought that, well, if I go once every 6 hours and sort of go more long term in my time frame here and thinking about this, then who knows? But regardless, I'm too deep into a bunch of storylines. Well, it's a project, it's an art project. And not all art projects end up being popular, but you can feel successful as an artist without a lot of popularity sometimes. You can entertain yourself. Right, but see, the thing is, Rain, that's different for shorts than for long form videos is YouTube hasn't settled very much on what it's doing with the short speed yet, and so I think it's undergoing a lot of volatility as they're adjusting the algorithms. So it's unlike the long form videos. With long form videos, I can pretty well predict how things are going to do. And I can pretty well predict a lot of things. I know what's more successful, I know what's less successful, all that kind of stuff. But there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it at all on the short feed. When you look at so in other words, to the extent that it is AT, it's underdeveloped. I mean, IT or something like, artificial intelligence, I mean, AI, I don't know why I keep getting that wrong. AI, then it's not very developed. Because if it is fully developed, then it acts like YouTube's algorithm for long form videos, which means it gives the creator a means to refine what they're doing to be more like what the algorithm wants. If they want to. I rarely want to, but sometimes I do. The thing about Mindy's Club is or shorts in general, I think it's kind of hard for the algorithm to know what it's about. There's no, as far as I can tell, there's no, maybe there are upload defaults for shorts. I'm not sure. But you put 2 hashtags in. I don't know. It's a complicated matter. Now we're starting to like TE it, and it's just, ugh. Like, forget it. What's Mindy's Club about? What's about? Okay, so not all of this has been revealed on this channel yet, but basically the story is that this group of people was cast in a reality show, but the only one who knows all of this is Mindy of the cast, okay, and Guy Suit. But they're actually being tricked into thinking they're being cast in a reality show by a group of Texas, um, like rich hedonist guys, like in Squid Game. Okay, in Squid Game, how it's like a bunch of like Texas rich hedonist guys who are behind the whole thing. Well, same kind of group of people here behind Mendy's Club. Okay. Uh, Anyway, regardless, what they've done is they've purchased this massive underground bunker that was Cold War disused, and they've made it to seem identical to all the things in the regular world. So it's like there's everything that's in the real world there, but it's a lot closer together. But the characters don't know that they're not in the real world. They think they're out in the regular world because they faked the sun and stuff. Okay. So anyway, um, yeah, that's a good movie right there. I agree. Movies we could make. That's a good movie. We should make that movie. We should get together and record um, multiple conversations, and then I'll edit them together into one movie of just us talking out different movie ideas. That's a great movie idea. That may be the best movie idea he's come up with yet. That's why he's the B in BS Films. That's what he should introduce himself as. I'm the B in BS Films. The thing is, I already have a large repository of great movie ideas, many of which I've probably forgotten about even. What do you think people mean when they refer to a rich inner life? Pretending to live in a mansion? I don't know. Beats the shit out of me. I don't know what a rich inner life looks like or something, or poor inner life, or what does that mean? I don't know. For me, my inner life is like mostly SI. You wouldn't call it rich or poor, you'd call it animalistic. It puts the rye in the rye to rye to rye. If you mean shit that I pretend while I'm falling asleep, it's just kind of kid stuff. Broken by time and circumstances. Sorry to hear that. Are you broken or just damaged? If you're just damaged, maybe you could be fixed. I'm sorry to hear that, mismanaged. Have you tried karate chopping your way out? Because in the movies that usually works. Or you have one, like, semi-automatic weapon in each hand or something. I guess if semi-automatic, you have to go like this. With your fingers. You can't just hold it down and have bullets shoot out. Rich inner life means that the alive things you have inside cost a lot on the black market. Mm. I had a rich inner life until they took away my kidney, my liver, and my lungs. Well, then you're not broken, you're damaged. How can you get yourself free? Is there any way to do that? Have you considered running away? Well, if karate chopping doesn't work, then you should try running away. I think that could be a sign. Rule number one. You know, Gordon Jeterson's 12 rules of life. Rule number one. Try to karate chop your way out. Rule number two. If karate chopping doesn't work, consider running away. From what? A bear or any other large threatening animal or situation. Don't run away from bears. Everybody knows that. No, it's not true that everybody knows that. Even if it is true, some people don't know that it's true. Flipping tables. Oh my god, look at the good bones on this table. Let's take it home. We'll recondition it, stain it, and resell it for a profit. Isn't that a great name for a boutique, repo, shabby chic, vintage furniture store? Flipping tables. It sounds like a good name for a television show on the Home Network as well. It's a pun. It's a pun on the idea of flipping tables over. But instead, it's like flipping houses. It's a fun show for ESFJs everywhere to love, learn from, laugh at. It's got a quirky host. Oh. I see. Well, maybe what you should do is start a YouTube channel. Then you'll be able to express yourself. Express yourself. When I felt sad and bad about things because my significant other was being a total country without a re, I started a YouTube channel, COC. Actually, I'd already started it, but I talked on my YouTube channel, OCOC, in Spanish, meaning oh yes, oh yes. Spread the bitter so the people who feed off you run away. I'm so bitter. I feel like just whatever the troublesome person says, you go, yeah, that's so shitty. No matter what they say. Yeah, it's so shitty. Oh my god. Oof, that's shitty. You want to explain? Or just, it's just super shitty? What do you mean? I just mean that it's shitty, pretty much. What type is my cat? My cat's an ISTJ. Oh, sure. You might well point out that it's kind of difficult to type a cat, Eric, don't you think? But I would say, not really. I just can't really defend my typing of the cat. So it's like, I'm pretty convinced my cat's an ISTJ, and the cats do have personality types, and that they're the same as people's personality types. There might be half as many, I'm not sure. But this cat is an SI Dom. No, I think there's the same amount of personality types for cats as there are for people. And for dogs. My old dog was ISFJ. And this cat is a ISTJ. And Trouble. Bubbles, get out of here. Shoot. Trouble is an ESFP who's causing trouble. Shoot. I'm trying to prevent my cat from going outside peaceably, you know. But of course, my cat is also very intrigued by this ESFP because she's an ISTJ, and they also seem to get along well. The Dave Matthews Band released a song to benefit Ukraine. Well, it's a good cause, but I love YouTube Shorts. My channel used to be called, Minnie's Club used to be called YouTube Shorts. No, it was called TWFP Shorts. I'm sorry, it wasn't called YouTube Shorts. The picture of it had a picture of a pair of shorts that had the word YouTube on it. YouTube Shorts. But now it's changed over to Minnie's Club. Once I decided what I wanted to do with it, you know. Your dog's an ENFJ. Must be a very friendly dog. A friendly dog that doesn't clean himself very much. It's an ENFJ dog, right? A friendly dog that doesn't take good care of its fur. Like, Trouble is definitely SI ignoring. Maybe Trouble could be an ENFJ as well. That's possible. This cat out here, even though he's a stray and he's a total tomcat, he's by nature friendly. He just has never really had a family before, and he's just shoving himself on us relentlessly. Like, he comes up and lets us pet him and stuff too, which is weird because you'd ask me like sometime back if I'd ever pet that cat. The answer would have been definitely not. But this cat is just like, oh my god, what are we gonna do about this cat? Because this cat wants so badly to be our cat, and we want him to just be the stray cat that we feed, maybe. But he's like constantly he's just sitting over there by the door. He wants to hang out with me, you know. Because we don't want this second cat, and Rachel sometimes, well, we both do. Rachel and I will both shoo him away in certain circumstances. She doesn't like him sitting there by the door like that, really. She doesn't want him on the patio. We're trying to keep him over there more, but I don't know. My dad likes him too, and my dad fed him shrimp and chicken the other night at dinner, and he came over and like rubbed up against my dad, and oh, Trouble, what do they call him? Bottle full of trubs, or Bubbles. What do I call him? Bubbles. Trubbly Bubs, Bubbly Trubs. He's a handsome kitty. But he's got a sore spot on his back where if you touch him, he gets very mad about it. He wants you to pet him on his head only. Oh, my beautiful friend. Yes, you're a good kitty. Sharing my Instagram and Discord contact. They probably don't let you do that or something. I don't know. Maybe you could if I made you a moderator. I'm not sure. You want to be a moderator? And you'd be able to maybe share it. Then you can share it. And I'll unmoderate you after that. Not that you don't. Not that I'm worried about you being a moderator or anything. It's just I generally try not to make more moderators because then I have this problem where somebody goes, "Well, why is he a moderator now?" Oh God, come on now. You know, I hate when those conversations happen. Like, well, why does he? I don't know, for arbitrary nonsense reasons. That's why. Are you looking at me and Jeremiah Fix? Is that coming from you? Oh, trouble. You make me feel like a natural woman. Um, I think what I'm going to do right now is play a song or two on the guitar. I just kind of feel like doing it. So, why not? I'm going to turn that incredibly loud aquarium off for a second. And play some kind of morning time song. It's morning time. Maybe I'll use the tuner to actually tune the guitar. It's probably a good idea. It's been a while since I've tuned it. Okay. Guitar tuner. There it is. Pow. Pow. Standard tuning. Okay, go on to the next one. Come on. a love that was so strong. And I walk along, I whisper, what went wrong with my love? A love that was so strong. I remember that song, sorry. I used to play it a long time ago. I don't remember how to play it now. I moved that back a little bit. It's a little hot. I'll play a song I do know how to play. El Nino, my ass, you call those storms. Where is the rain? Those drizzles don't count, I drizzle more as I pee in the sink, which is just the right height to catch all of the undesired splatter. And when I'm done, outside and climb a ladder. And when I go up there, take me a bucket and pour water inside. And I'll say, hey Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom. Hey Mr. Cloud, won't you drop it from the bottom? Hey Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom on me. Wasn't too bad. Wasn't great. Wasn't too bad. Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot to get to Marjorie's tater tots. He's got a good idea for a name-changing business, thinking now about what he'll call Christmas when they hire his firm to change that name. Gerald always thought there'd be chance enough to return to the work left rough. He'd get back to it eventually, but his visions piled up and his plans would interrupt all the work that started off so hopefully. Now his mind is back on his business, thinking of changing factless to listless, so how all the people should shout his name. And Gerald knows he understands ever more clearly now. He won't provide explanation regarding the why or the how. He'll see you and know you from inside your heart. Exciting, delighting, Gerald plays his part. But Gerald still knew there's too much to do, and he had dropped time in the underview. Too much to rebut, so where now and what? Too much time spent nitpicking the skew. With you, Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot to get to Marjorie's tasty spots. He's got a good idea for a name-changing business, thinking now about what's called Christmas when they hire his firm to change that name. Gerald has a thought. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Mountain sunshine on the trees, far above the smoky city. Mountain sunshine on those trees. Mountain sunshine on the trees, far above the smoky city. Mountain sunshine on the trees. Going to the loaf, up mountain, going to the loaf, far from the city below. Going to the loaf, up mountain, going to the loaf, driving those windy roads. Mountain sunshine on the trees, far above the smoky city. Mountain sunshine on those trees. Mountain sunshine on the trees, far above the smoky city. Mountain sunshine on those trees. At the loaf, going to the loaf. You know who likes that song? INFJs like that song. Eat this part of my body. Eat it right now. But you just eat it. Stop complaining and eat this part of my body. That part? Yes, that part. Ooh. I don't want to hear any second thoughts. I don't want to hear any questions, any complaints. You just eat that part of my body right now. I'd really rather not. Thanks, Winston's mom. I'm not playing badly this morning. It's fair to say. I feel a little wound up, maybe. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times. Always cleaning yourself, making sure you got clean lines. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, such a fabulous soft friend. And now it's wonderful kitty petting time again. Just let me pet you, don't walk away. It's petting time too. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times. Always cleaning yourself, making sure you got clean lines. But your wonderful kitty is a fabulousness I've never encountered before. And I know that I want to pet my kitty some more. Just let me pet you, don't walk away. It's petting time, hooray. I just at the end there, I remembered Rachel the other day. She was following Kitty and was like reaching out to her and singing that to her. Just let me pet you, don't walk away. And Kitty was just walking away from her. It made me laugh at the end of that song. That's how our Kitty is. She's an ISTJ. You know, she doesn't care about how it makes her look at all. Even though it makes her look very spoiled and selfish, but you know, that's just our wonderful kitty. She's a very sweet kitty, though. She's such a sweetheart. You just have to go according to her FISI schedule, you know. But she's well named Capio. Capio means sweetheart in Hawaiian, and she's a very sweet kitty. She's very loving when she wants to be. Very affectionate. And well, see, I can never remember the difference between the end of the second verse and the end of the first verse. The end of the first verse says, "Wonderful, wonderful kitty, such a fabulous soft friend," and now it's wonderful kitty petting time again. Or the second verse says, but your wonderful kitty is a fabulousness I've never encountered before. And I know that I want to pet my kitty some more. It really is, but your wonderful kitty is a fabulousness. I should put commas around it. It deserves commas. Okay, there. I'll save it now that it has commas. Commas are very important. If you don't love commas, what's wrong with you? This song gets so stuck in my head, it's unbelievable. It's got to be the most earwormy song I've ever written, because I just can't stop singing it. It keeps going around and around in my head. I sing it to the cat, I sing it when I'm out in the world, I sing other words to the tune of it. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times, always cleaning yourself, making sure you got clean lines, but your wonderful kitty is a fab. Oh, my bad, I fucked it up. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times, always cleaning yourself, making sure you got clean lines, but your wonderful, wonderful kitty, such a fabulous soft friend. And now it's wonderful kitty petting time again. Just let me pet you, don't walk away. It's petting time. Ooh. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times, always cleaning yourself, making sure you got clean lines, but your wonderful kitty is a fabulousness I've never encountered before, and I know that I want to pet my kitty some more. Fucking hell. Just let me pet you, don't walk away. It's petting time. It's very catchy. What do I want to play now? How about this one? We'll play Gregory in Disguise. Yeah, well, if you've got a pretty male cat, I think it's fine. You can enter him into the female division and get away with it. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. And walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them, but every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them. Now he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them, but every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them, until the bridge brings a new approach. Sneakily he'll try to encroach up on the guilty, then Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that Gregory in disguise, he hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them, but every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them. That was pretty good. Wasn't too bad anyway. Didn't screw it up too badly. Jazz hands. So the Liza Minnelli. From the Liza Minnelli School of Awesome. The Liza Minnelli School of Awesome is good idea for a movie. It's Thursday morning. What you know? I'm done being a stupid hoe. I'm done with all that kind of jazz. I'm done making trouble for the man. I'm done with my old brown van with the flames running down the side. Move the floor bong from the car into the house. Took down the curtains and put up shutters. And I kept my name Strauss, but now it's muttered among the great villains of history. Genghis Khan, well, how about Eric? Attila the Hun, but what about Eric? Aren't they all just equally evil and bad? So says Chad. Oh, Eric, you're not that evil and bad. Some people think I am. Some people really dislike me a lot. I wonder why though, Eric. Is it because you're a jerk? It might have something to do with that. It's certainly possible. That's not an implausible explanation. We need to know. We need to see. We need to learn happenings down by our means to judge our logic to life we devise to the unlike and from which we'll rarely budge. People everywhere gather up enemies, outraged at how they missed a sign. How do they set their priorities? These iron backstabbing entities, ensuing heartache and misery follow necessarily from their savage ways. Insulting, cursing, and Desiree, we're stuck with such petty larceny. We all partition the rectories and call destruction of the whole damn world. Duty shares for 11. Hoping Judy will too. Jerry shares for 4 minutes. He just can't share things like they do. And she always thought that she should have bought two when she had the chance to
He's outraged at how they missed a sign. How dare they set their priorities? These foreign backstabbing entities ensuing heartache and misery follow necessarily from their savage ways. Insulting Carson and Desiree, we're stuck in such petty larceny. We all partition the rectories and call it destruction of the whole damn world.
Kaboom. Kaboom. It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles, and today we run out of time. Struggles past, troubles still to come. The day is nearly done. Someone buy us some more time. Cloudy day in Los Angeles, cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I have something to say. Life can strangely be forgiving to those who stay awake all night, and mostly voices say to give in. They'll try to sap your will to fight, but whether I'm supposed to be here or just be soon forgotten, noise is sort of based on what I see here and also on what I know. It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles, and today we run out of time. Struggles past, troubles still to come. The day is nearly done. Will someone buy us some more time? Cloudy day in Los Angeles, cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I have something to say, something to say. That was pretty good. Better than terrible, anyway. Better than terrible. The New York Times raves, better than terrible. Every life lived reaches a time when the road splits in two. Dark times, times of despair, times when it's hard to feel good. That's when I look for my sack full of solvency and that satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods, satchel of helpful goods, satchel of helpful goods. Every life lived reaches a time when the road comes to an end.
That's when I look for my sack full of solvency and that satchel of helpful goods. 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 I did a terrible job of playing that song. That was terrible. Eric did a terrible job. This time the New York Times doesn't rave better than terrible. It just says terrible. Well, you know what they say. When I was younger, it seemed that everything gleamed. I don't know what happened to me, but I've lost that sense of urgency, and I don't think that I'll ever see it again. If you follow my lead, you'll discover I'm loster than you, and you'll want to know the way to get back out to wherever it was you thought you knew. And tomorrow will be just like today. I'll be lost then too. It's a matter of mood as much as a matter of will. And the things I do and the direction I point to still seem a part of me, though departedly. And I wonder if I'll ever see them again. Ba-dee-da-da-dee-da-dee-da, ba-dee-da-da-da-doo. Ba-dee-da-da-dee-da-dee-da, ba-dee-da-da-da-da. Here's that one I fucked up a little bit. It's going to show you what happens when I don't play for a couple of weeks. I get forgetful about forgetting things, you know. Forgetful about things that perhaps once I knew. I don't really want to play that right now. It seems like a pain in the ass. Actually. I think I'm done. Songs that seem like a pain in the ass are not a good sign. Okay, see ya, folks. I'm gonna splitaki mushroom here, I think. And thank you for being here, those of you who were. I understand it's an odd time of day to be live streaming. Boba Fett, welcome. Sorry you missed the bulk of it. You know what they say? The early bird gets to squirm.